What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Crew 2 today. And well, guys, I've been noticing some people have been wondering what the best vehicle in each class is, so I'm going to get right into this, guys. So I did make a best street class vehicle video about a week or so ago. So I'm going to post all the classes right now. So getting right into it, guys. In this video, I'm going to be going down the list here. So obviously next is drift. So what is the best drift vehicle in my opinion, and why? Well, for me, guys, I'm going to have to pick the Mazda Rx-7 here just because, well, if there's any Summit that comes out at all, guys, and there's no restriction, or Japan or whatever, I pick the Rx-7 every single time. And the reason for that is this car always gets an easy 600 plus K when coming to the drift, which gives you the 155K in the Summit. So getting right into this, so I am running the score breaker set here, guys, which is obviously slippery and hothead. This is a Summit score breaker set here, obviously. But getting right into my build, guys, so a couple things I want to go over here before I get into the races here to test this out and show you guys this and why this is my favorite vehicle. So this is my current build on the RX-7 here. ARBs are kind of low. I have the camber for the rear up a little bit. I have the front all the way down. And all these are pretty much in normal places you'd see for a lot of the other drift cars sometimes. They're only moved up a little bit, not too crazy. And then the main thing I wanted to focus on and talk about a little bit, tire grip. I notice a lot of vehicles in this, guys, if you're trying to get your drift car to drift way better in this game, tire grip's a big difference. So obviously for the Mazda, mine's actually all the way up. And if I was to lower it, the car would be way too squirrely and wouldn't be able to even drive it at all. And it would drift way too much. You slide into walls more often, breaking your combo there, which we don't want to see. I'll go into other vehicles right now. So going over to the Skyline, I'm going to show the Skyline right now. So check this out, guys. Here you'll notice that my tire grip is down a little bit and the build's a little different on this car. Tuning a drift car in this game, guys, I'm going to be kind of honest, can be a little frustrating sometimes just because it does take some time to get where you want it to be. And sometimes the cars just don't perform that well depending on what you're doing. So obviously my tire grip front and rear is down a little bit for this car to drift a little better. If it's all the way up, I notice it struggles to drift sometimes. I'm going to show another vehicle here. So the Nismo, if you're wondering my build on the Nismo here, you'll notice that my tire grip in the front is not all the way down in the rear. And the reason for that is it is rear wheel drive. So you want to have the rear down a little bit more so it can drift easier. I do that with a lot of cars. You know, some of the all-wheel drive vehicles I will have completely evened out. So it'll look something like that. Obviously trying to get the grip down on the front and back. Sometimes you guys want to have the rear tire grip on the back down more will definitely help a lot. So guys, getting right into it, I'm going to go do a quick race or two probably with this car to talk about this a little bit and why this is my favorite vehicle. Let's get right into it. So I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what's the best drift vehicle and or what's the best go-to drift vehicle, like when it comes to summits and stuff like that, if there's no restriction? Well, honestly, guys, for me, I'm going to have to pick the RX-7. The main reason for this is this car I like how this car drives and I like how it performs. I've driven a lot of the other drift vehicles, like the Lambos and stuff like that, and I just don't like how they drive. Personally, I just like how this car flows and how it drifts and all that, and it's a good vehicle that I know I could choose in a Summit if I need something that's no restriction, or even Japan, something like that. I know I could pick something that's really good. If it comes to like the United States class, something like that, or like an American vehicle you have to use, I'll probably end up using the Mustang GT there just because that car is amazing as well. When it comes to adjusting these cars, guys, to make it the best drift vehicle for you anyway, or like anyone in that, like for that matter, because honestly, it really does depend what you guys like, and that is important to drift and drive what you guys enjoy in these games. When it comes to the best vehicles overall, it really depends on what you guys have on your build, stuff like that. If you guys get the cars to flow really well, for you, that could be huge, and you can make the car your best drift vehicle. Like, you might be able to drop a score with one of the Lambos, like almost break a record and stuff like that. It really depends on what you like and what you have built on your car and what feels the best for you. Overall, guys, like I said, these drift vehicles can be kind of hard to tune. The tire grip and stuff like that can be weird. Like, I actually have full tire grip on the Mazda, which a lot of the vehicles I was showing before didn't even have tire grip all the way up, and they were driving so much better without that. When it comes to throttle control, stuff like that, and then shifting the gears can help tremendously as well when it comes to these vehicles. Like I said, it really does depend, guys. It's hard for me to pick, honestly. It's hard for me to pick, but if I'm going to be honest, if you guys want to pick a go-to vehicle for the drift class, I'm going to be honest. Go for the Mazda Rx-7 and try it out a little bit. We know how intense these summits can get, and you're going to want to be at the best you can be with these vehicles, the best score you possibly get. You're going to want to aim for like 600k as well on that, guys. Anyway, this challenge is about to end, so I'm going to jump into another drift challenge right now. As you see, 656k right there, which probably could have got a little higher there, guys, but that is crazy. That'll give you 155,000 in any summit if you got that score. Let's go jump right into another drift challenge right now. All right, guys, jumping right into race number 2 here, guys. So why is the Mazda RX-7, well, for me, on top of every other vehicle in this class? Well, guys, doing a race like this will definitely test that out here. As you guys will notice, having the right throttle control and stuff like that is very important. depending on your build on the vehicle as well, I noticed does make a huge difference. Having your tire grip there, like lower or higher, can make a big difference. For me though, on this car, it's actually all the way up, which is kind of interesting on the drift cars. Normally you gotta lower them. This car does seem to do very well and hold itself on tight turns and stuff like that, which you will see here in a minute. On one of the areas of this race can be very annoying. And as you guys will see there, I misshifted there and still kept my combo, which is pretty awesome. So let's fly around this turn here as well. And you guys will notice, like I said, how good the stability is. So here's a really annoying turn you guys may encounter. As you see, I went around that pretty well there. Trying to get my combo up there more. You guys also drift too hard, you will lose your combo as well, so keep that in mind. That's why I just feel like some of these cars really do take a lot of testing and stuff like that, and I recommend you guys to try to jump into one of these races with them and fine-tune them, because it really could make a big difference. Also, my settings probably work for you as well, I'd say, because these Mazda Rx-7 settings I use on pretty much any Summit that is no restriction. This is obviously the car that I choose as well for no restriction, so I recommend you guys to try it out as well for yourself. I do recommend it, and I feel like it'd be very, very good for you as well to try these out. When it comes to this overall though, guys, like I said, a lot of the other drift cars could do great, like the race that I just did, the Terminal D drift. I mean, honestly, I'd say almost any drift car in the game could get 600k on that, but can you drop 600k on a race like this? Because that is the score you're going to want to go for. For me anyway, in the Summits, getting that high 150,000 points is amazing. You guys will notice that I'm almost dropping another 3,500 points again on this really annoying race with the RX-7, and like I said, well, it really does depend on what you guys like, but overall, try the RX-7 out, guys. I have to say, for me, this is probably, for me, like I said, I want to say that again, emphasize that, the best drift vehicle you guys can choose here in that class. So obviously, 650,000 drop right there, guys. I'm going to show my settings again right now on this and go over something real fast here with the settings as well. Alright guys, here are my settings for the Mazda RX-7, guys, right now. So jumping right into this, this is what I'm running, guys. Now, like I said, it really does depend on what vehicle you guys are using, but for me, this is really my favorite car in this class. You guys are going to mess with your tire grip a little bit on your drift vehicle, unless you're running the Mazda. I recommend having it all the way up on this vehicle, or you have to mess with the front comp and rear comp and all that good stuff. Camber, ARB, all that stuff might need to be messed with depending on the car you're running, because I noticed the cars do like to have different settings in the race vehicles in order to perform. Sometimes having really odd settings on these vehicles actually perform very well. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what your favorite drift vehicle is and what other cars you might like to see added in this class. Thank you guys so much for watching.